had to move at that moment. Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Welcome to Azamra, and thank you for inviting us into your homes. We've been taking some time off. I took a little time off, and Cantor Green's been here this week, and I hope that you too have been enjoying some downtime during this break season. We're going to start our service on page 10. We use Sidur Lev Shalem, available as a download from our website, headenver.org, courtesy of the Rabbinical Assembly, where you can also find the Sidur. And to learn our music and the beautiful melodies that Cantor Green shares with us, check out headenver.org/azamra-music. And let's begin together on page 10.
נפש הרחמה ושוכבה אל רצונך ירוץ עבך כמו היה ישתחווה מול הדרך ירב לו ידידותך מנופץ ובחותם
Singing helps us to change our breath, the way we breathe and the energy in our body. It brings us into a kind of rhythm, literally into rhythm. And I invite you to take a moment to breathe deep, to find a comfortable seat for singing. Sit up a little bit tall like we're told to do when we sing, aware of our posture. And sing with Cantor Green on page 13, Shiru Ladonai.
שירו לאדוני שיר חדש, שירו לאדוני כל הארץ, שירו לאדוני שמו, מסרו מיום ליום ישועתו. שירו לאדוני שיר חדש, שירו לאדוני כל הארץ, שירו לאדוני ברכו שמו, מסרו מיום ליום ישועתו. ספרו הגויים כבודו, וכל העמים נפלאותיו, כי גדול אדוני ומולו מאוד, נוראו על כל אלוהים. שירו לאדוני שיר חדש, שירו לאדוני כל הארץ, שירו לאדוני ברכו שמו, מסרו מיום ליום ישועתו. One more time. שירו לאדוני שיר חדש, שירו לאדוני כל הארץ, שירו לאדוני ברכו שמו, מסרו מיום ליום ישועתו.
Nice ending.
Good ending, I like that.
I do. Let's turn now to page 22. Ana Bekoach is a mystical prayer that is said to, in its compilation of letters, represent one of God's mystical names, the mystery of being in the letters of the alphabet. If we could combine them all in different ways, we would unlock every secret. Let's turn to page 22 and sing with Cantor Green this beautiful melody.
Ana bekoach gedulat yemincha, tatir terura, tatir terura, kaber rinat damcha, sagvenu tareinu nara. Ana bekoach gedulat yemincha, tatir terura, tatir terura, kaber rinat damcha, sagvenu tareinu nara. Ana bekoach gedulat yemincha, tatir terura, tatir terura, kaber rinat damcha, sagvenu tareinu nara.
We often hear the saying, be present, right? Be present in the here and now. It's like a throwaway, really, a throwaway line. Of course, we all believe that, but we don't really practice it, do we? We preoccupy ourselves with thoughts of what's happened in the past, things we cannot change, or we fret over what will happen in the future, something we also have limited control over. Shabbat is an invitation to be in the moment. I invite you to sing along with us, to try to bring your attention to what is going on in your place right now, wherever you are. The sounds, the sights, the smells perhaps coming from the kitchen, God willing. Bring your attention to what is present for you right now. And let's bring our voices together. Page 23.
Ay-ay-yo, ay-ay-yo, ay-ay-da-di-do, ay-ay-yo, 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 ay-ay-da-di-do. דנידו, לך דודי לקראת כלה, דנידו, פני שבת נקבלה, דנידו, שמור וזכור בדיבורך, השמיענו אל המנוחה, אדוני אחד ושמו אחד, לשם ותפארת ולתהילה, לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה, לקראת שבת לכו לרחה, כי מקור הברכה, לראש מכרם נסוכה, סוף מעשה במחשבה תחילה, לך דודי לקראת כלה, בני שבת נקבלה, ימין ושמאל תפרוצי, ואת אדוני תעריצי, אל יריש בן פרצי, ונשמחה ונגילה, לך דודי לקראת כלה, בני שבת נקבלה, בואי ושלום עטרת בעלה, גם בשמחה וטוהרה, תוך אמוני ים סגולה, בואי חלה, לך דודי לקראת כלה, בני שבת נקבלה, לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה,
That is a lovely melody, a melody that brings a sense of comfort and quiet to our busy weeks. We're on page 28 now, Tzadik Katamar.
Tzadik Katamar Yifrach, Gerz Bavanon Yizger. Tzadik Katamar Yifrach, Gerz Bavanon Yizger. Shetulim bebeit Adonai, b'chatzrot Eloheinu yafrichu, yaduvun b'seva. D'shirim v'ronanim yiyu, le'agir ki Hashem Adonai, tzuri ve'lav latabo. Yalai, 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 yalai. Yalai, 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 yalai. Tzadik Katamar Yifrach, Gerz Bavanon Yizger. Tzadik Katamar Yifrach, Gerz Bavanon Yizger. Shetulim bebeit Adonai, b'chatzrot Eloheinu yafrichu, yaduvun b'seva. D'shirim v'ronanim yiyu, le'agir ki Hashem Adonai, tzuri ve'lav latabo. Yalai, 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 yalai. Yalai, 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 yalai. Yalai, 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 yalai. Yalai, 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 yalai.
The psalm says, Od Yenuvun B'Seva Deshenim V'Raninim Yiyu. They will yet remain fruitful in old age, still fresh and bountiful. How do we achieve that equanimity as we grow older, as we grow into our adulthood and beyond and into our old age. This Shabbat we read of our forefather Jacob at the end of his life. Tzaddik Katamar, still vital like a date palm, still sharing wisdom with his children even as he's dying. We get there because hopefully as we age, we gain something called wisdom, right? Which is, my teacher, Rabbi Elliot Dorff, always said, wisdom is simply the knowledge that one gains through experience. You live your life, you see enough, you do enough, you experience the world, you learn. And what you learn along the way is that there are patterns. You've been there before. You can get through it again. I read an article in the New York Times about elderly folks who've gotten through quite well through the pandemic because they've simply seen a lot of suffering before in their lives, as anyone does if you live long enough. And you have a certain resolve and resilience to do it yet again. We do it because we learn from our experience, and we learn from our experience if we can slow down enough. That's the gift of Shabbat and of mindful practice. Pausing once a week, pausing even for a few moments in your day, can make you more aware of the patterns that you see, the choices that you have. And when we can choose more wisely, we can be happier. So let us pray for peace, for that equanimity, for a great peace. Shalom Rav. The words are found on page 51. And may it bring this Shabbat a moment to reflect and make wise choices.
Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Ki Ata Melech Adon Lechol HaShalom. Ki Ata Shalom. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. V'tov beinecha levarech et Amcha Yisrael b'chol עת ובכל שעה בשלומך. שלום רב ישראל עמך תשים לעולם. שלום רב ישראל עמך תשים לעולם. תשים לעולם. תשים לעולם.
We arrive now at the Mishaberach, a moment to pray for healing for those in our world and in our lives in need of healing. This Shabbat I'm thinking about my brother-in-law's family, Ali and Evan and their kids, and who are recovering from COVID. My best friend Gary and his family, and hope that you're all recovering and continuing to experience healing. Our prayers go out to all those in need of healing. I invite you to say those names out loud, to send a text message, to post a comment, to reach out in some way, to share with those for whom you are praying, that you have them in your thoughts, and you're sending them prayers for healing.
מקור הברכה leimotenu. May the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say Amen. Mi shebeirach imotenu mekor habracha avotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say Amen.
We say, Hamakom Yenachem Etchem. May God bring comfort to you, to all who mourn. May you be held as one is held in the place, Bamakom. At these moments, we call God Hamakom, that we hope that you feel held by a community and by those who love you, as we send our heartfelt condolences to all who are mourning. We invite you to rise now if you are reciting the Mourner's Kaddish, or if it is your custom. You'll find the Mourner's Kaddish on page 58 in Sidor Lev Shalem. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, ve'alma divrach hirutei ve'amlich malchutei, v'chayechon v'yomechon v'chayei dechol beit Yisrael. Bagalau vizman kari ve'imru amen. Yehei shmei Rabbah mevorach le'olam al me'al maya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh v'yitadar v'yitale v'yitalal shmei dekudsha brichu le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechemata da'amiran be'alma ve'imru amen. Yehei shlama Rabbah min shemaya v'chaim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav hu yaseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imru amen.
Hamakom yenachem, yenachem etchem. May the Holy One comfort you. Hamakom yenachem, yenachem etchem. May our love embrace you. Betoch shar avalei Tzion v'Yerushalayim. May their memory bring you peace, bring you strength, and be a blessing. Hamakom yenachem, yenachem etchem. May the Holy One comfort you. Hamakom yenachem, yenachem etchem. May our love embrace you.
We hope that this is a peaceful Shabbat for you and your family at home. If you are sitting around your table or maybe preparing to have your Shabbat dinner tonight, we invite you to join us in reciting the blessings over the candles and the Kiddush.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner של שבת. אמן. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav v'rata banu v'shabbat kodsho b'yamav v'ratzon inchilanu zikaron lema'aseh v'reshit ki hu yom techila lemikra'ei kodesh זכר ליציאת מצרים, כי בנו בחרת, ואותנו קידשת מכל העמים, ושבת קודשך, באהבה וברצון הנחלתנו, ברוך אתה אדוני, מקדש השבת.
Amen. Well, Shabbat Shalom and Happy New Year. We are finally in 2021. I don't know about you, but it was a pretty quiet New Year's Eve for me and my family. We were at home. And as seems fitting for this year that we just said goodbye to, it went out with a whimper. And I think many of us thought, good riddance to 2020. This is the time of year when there are TV shows about, on the news, they do the year in review and then the predictions for the new year. It's all about predictions and resolutions, looking far ahead to the future as though somehow we can bring any sense of control to the year ahead. The truth is that we stand here now on this beginning of 2021 with absolutely no idea what's going to happen. All the predictions, all the resolutions are all very well and good and intentioned. But there's a temptation at these moments of transition, of turning. We experience it also in our own high holidays, of anticipation. And that is normal, but I'm not sure that it's healthy. We see an evidence of that in this week's Parsha. You might know that the Torah is laid out with breaks and paragraphs between, roughly like paragraphs and section breaks. It's not exactly the way that we would think of paragraphs in modern English, but there are breaks in the text. And that's part of how you find your way in the Torah scroll. Except for this week's Parsha. This week's Parsha, Vayechi, is the only one that starts in the middle of a paragraph. And as you might know, there are no periods and punctuation in the Torah. So finding this week's Parsha can be a little bit challenging for a Baal Koreh, for someone reading from the Torah. And our tradition, of course, asks why. Why would this Parsha be different than all the other Parshiot? Rashi points to the Midrash and says this is a Parsha Stuma, because it is a closed Parsha, the only one that starts in the middle of a paragraph, because in this week's Parsha we see our forefather Jacob ready to bless his children. He says to his children, I'm going to tell you what's going to happen at the end of days. And Rashi says that it is because of this that this Parsha is closed, to teach us a hint that at this moment, when Jacob is about to reveal the future to his children, prophecy is taken from him. The Torah, the Midrash says that that Jacob's ability to see the future is suddenly removed from him by God, because one should not share the future with his children. Why? Because there's a strange paradox in knowing the future. If you know the future, why would you even try to achieve it? Because after all, it's destined to happen. But not knowing is what paradoxically makes you have to choose, to make the choices that will shape the life that you will have in the future. So the best that Jacob can do is to bless his children with what he sees in them, their character, their past, what they've done and the patterns in their lives. He says to them, you'll do this and you'll do that. You'll live by the sea and be a fisherman, or you'll occupy this area of the land. But he can't tell them for sure what their future will be, because that is subject to their choices, to what they confront in the reality that they live in. And the same is true for us. As we stand looking forward to 2021, it couldn't be a whole lot worse than the last year in terms of kind of the world and the globe. Obviously, we've all experienced cataclysmic things this year. So the bar seems set low. But let's not be lulled in any kind of complacency. The future will be better because we will make it better. We will need to make choices. We will need to continue to make good choices together with other people to bring about the future that we seek. Let it be a sweet one. Let it be a good one, a year of health, of prosperity for us all. Let it be a year of greater justice and peace. Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Let's close out now with Heveinu Shalom Aleichem. Let it be a year that brings peace upon all of us. Shabbat Shalom. Join us every week at 6 p.m.
Hey, hey, rain, shalom aleichem. Hey, rain, shalom, shalom aleichem. Hey, hey, rain, shalom aleichem. Hey, rain, shalom, shalom aleichem. These are the times for the restless. These are the times that stand still. These are the times that will pass and you'll awake to find your cup suddenly filled. Hey, hey, rain, shalom aleichem. Hey, rain, shalom, shalom aleichem. Hey, hey, rain, shalom aleichem. Hey, rain, shalom, shalom aleichem. These are the times for the skeptics and the times for the devout. These are the times for the ones who will believe. It's belief they can't live without. Hey, hey, rain, shalom aleichem. Hey, rain, shalom, shalom aleichem. Hey, hey, veinu shalom aleichem. Hey, veinu shalom, shalom aleichem. Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.